Hi guys, welcome back to my video on part 2 on the repaired Xbox 360 Arcade part 2. Now this is the arcade, the Xbox 360 Arcade I actually repaired. Now I did actually get a mark on it after I actually cleaned it, and I managed to get it on green lights, because originally this machine here was on 3 red lights when I had it. It was 2011 when the console, I think it was made, and then I did the video about how I repaired it, just explaining, what I did, and how I managed to get it off the green red lights by taking it apart, checking the hard drive, checking the sockets from behind. Like here, you've got, like, say, where your SCART lead and HDMI lead goes in there, and your power pack goes in there. Now, when this goes onto red lights, you've got to check everything. You've got to check the wires, the HDMI lead, and you've got to check the power pack to make sure there's power going in it, as well as you've got to check the hard drive. 9 times out of 10, yes, the hard drive's going to fail. Sometimes you can have difficulty with these hard drives. Now, if you do have a problem, all you've got to do is, like I said before, you've got 2 sockets here where you can actually put like memory cards. Now, all you've got to do is, if you have an Xbox Arcade and it goes on red lights because of an hard drive, then what you're best off doing is sticking 2 memory cards in here for the time being until you get another hard drive, right? And then hopefully the updates will be transferred onto the memory card. Now, if you do get another hard drive and then you decide to stick it on top of here, and then you think, right, well, it's going to play again, it's going to go back to normal, and that sort of thing, and possibly, like I says, it possibly won't, because you could put an hard drive on here and it might be a fault inside the console itself, the board, the chip, overheating fault, the fan at the back here, there's a fan at the back of here, you do know that, don't you? As well as, like I says, you can take it all apart and clean it all, and then put it back together and hope for the best. But if you do get another hard drive, if you do decide to get another hard drive and it does work and it turns back on perfect and it goes from red lights to back to green, then you know for a fact it's the hard drive what's faulty. But you've got to check every single connection, the back, everything what I've just said. And like I said, if you don't have any joy and it's still on 3 red lights, after you took it apart, you've checked the wires, you've checked the hard drive, and you've checked everything, if it's still on 3 red lights, then I would suggest taking the chip off on the inside and using some paste for it. I think it's cooling paste for the chip. Like, clean it all off, put some more on, and then what you do then is put it back together and then try it. But if it still doesn't do that, and it still continues to go on 3 red lights after you've turned it on and you've used it a little bit and it starts heating up, then I'd suggest you just best throwing it away and then just going to buy another one. It's pot luck. It's pot luck if you get them into green lights from the red light of death. Like I says, there's different symbols, there's different lights on them for different light codes, and you can actually I think in a way you can press this button here and you can do something to the red lights on here. But some people, 9 times out of 10, stick like cotton buds in here to stop the fan from going, and then they heat it up, make sure it goes really red hot, and then what they do is they let the fan run and let it run for a bit of time. And I've seen a video on them doing this, and then in a way, it's like I said, it's pot luck if it works. Because some videos you'll watch on YouTube and you'll think, wow, he stuck some earplugs in there, and that some cotton buds in there, and you've seen it go from red light to green. But like I says, it depends what model you get. Because I said there's only probably certain models you can actually buy what will go from red light of death to back to green again. But like I says, you've got to check the hard drive, you've got to check the connections at the back, and then you've got to check everything on the inside as well as the chip. The drive as well, you've got to check the drive, check the wires and everything, and that's all you've got to do. Because as you know, in here, like I says, I've got a video on at the moment over there. I've got a video on there at the moment on my telly. That's the That's the Xbox, there on the floor. That's the Xbox, because I've got an Xbox down there. One there, arcade, one there. Now the one there is that one here. This is the Xbox here. What's underneath the TV on that video, and the one what I did repair with lights was this one in here. That's this one, and it's like 2020 now, and yes, it still works. So, like I said, it's down to where it's down to pot luck. It's down to pot luck if you get it working. If you don't, like I say, I suggest just go to the shop and go and buy a new one. And at the end of the day, you'll have to you'll have to download the updates, update it all, and then start from scratch. But that's what I suggest doing. So if you get an Xbox Arcade like this and you've got faults, and like I said a couple of times, hard drive, check all the connections at the back, check the drive, check the chip, check the board, check everything. And if it's, like I said, if it's still the same and it's still on 3 red lights and you can't get nowhere, throw it in the bin. That's the best option. Throw it in the bin and just go and buy a new one. So thank you for listening, and I hope you like my videos, and click like on the button down below and subscribe to me if you want to, and we'll see you on the next video.